Let me see if I can get to something. It should be the same one. Okay. Hi, guys. A few minutes early. I'm just going to hang out until someone shows up. I'm not diamond painting today because I have a cat on my lap and a dog behind me. But I am here. It has been raining all night, where I didn't even want to get out of bed because I have a metal roof and all I heard was the rain on the metal roof. And I'd wake up and it'd put me back to sleep. It was like, oh, it's so nice. I did finish a little more on Melody last night, and I got the post on hide and seek uploaded. And let me see, what's the news in the diamond painting world? Let me see. J Wall and Sheena Pike and some other artists I don't recognize the name are being taken off of Diamond Art Club. So Jenny, Sheena Pike, yay, love Sheena Pike. And then definitely love J Wall. Yay. I would love to get Aquarius and Libra, you know. And they're getting rid of all of them. They're all discontinued. And then let me see what else. None of the new stuff they have coming out really tripped my trigger, so it was like, I don't know what they're doing. And anything else over there? I don't think so. I'm just kind of glad I had a lot. What you doing, Kitty? What you doing? What you doing? Kitty is definitely in a love mode. She is like sprawled out across my whole lap and then puts her nose straight down on my leg and goes to sleep. Interesting. You don't know how many times she plays Bat the People when y'all are diamond painting on the TV. And she'll get up there and all fours are spread out. She's just beating on the screen. It's kind of comical. But it has rained all night and half the day. So I got one dog that, well, two dogs that are outside because the other one went back out. But I'm about a third of the way done with Melody. Melody, excuse me, guys. And then I'm almost where I'm just working on the face on my big one, which is nice because I like working on the face. One of these days, I will go in the craft room and I'll probably take y'all with me and go through all them boxes to figure out what's in the boxes. And a black Sharpie and write what's on the boxes so I know what's on the boxes. So I just got a big giant pile of boxes with no idea what's in them. Um, Sometime today I have to go over to my dad's and pull up his bank account. And then get that paperwork ready to take to the post office and drop off at that other office. Still nobody in here. So I guess I just talk to myself. I'm I can go back to sleep. I got a bunch of colors that I pulled out to put in Melody, and I never did. I did use the jellies, and I might use a couple others, but most of them I can put back now. Hi to whoever came in. Don't know who it is, but hello. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. We're just having a happy roundup, just checking out what's going on in the world. Well, the kitty finally disappeared. Kitty finally disappeared. But I'm trying this way because the other way yesterday was a whole mess and didn't want a whole mess. I mean, this way you don't get to see me doing anything, but you could hardly see it anyway. I'm gonna have to ask Stacy how she's got her set up to where you can actually see what she's doing and it makes sense. It's so hard to get them where you can see. Get them where you can see. But I can after a little bit. I'll unroll. Well, right now it's rolled up. Maybe later I'll do a quick video of where I'm at, but it's rolled up because I roll my canvases while I'm working on them. That's how I work on a 60 by 80 and a probably 20 by 40 spot. This roll. Has your post been inundated with all the tray hoopla? That is so crazy. Because if the world thought that way, we'd have one maker for bread and one maker for pasta. It's like, Lord. It is cray cray. Well, I finally lost the cat, so let me get rid of my coffee. I'm just enjoying a cup of coffee, and we'll pull this over. I'm working out of a craft mates for latte. Hey, doggy. Boop, boop. And I'm going to scoot you over. And what I will do is, so that you can see me a little better, I don't know where I went, but I'm back. I'm back. I don't know where I went. Like I said, crazy phone. My phone, ever since that last update, I don't know anyone else that has Androids, but that last update has done nothing but bad things for my phone. I mean, it opens every app on it by itself. It's crazy. It's eating the battery like nobody's business. It has just done stupid, crazy things. I'll look down, I'll have 6 applications open. And I'm not joking, 6 of them. I hope these jellies. I'm going to see if I can make it where you can see what these jellies look like. There we go. That's the jellies. And I don't even know if you can get jellies anymore. I got those like last year. So I'm not even sure if anyone can even get jellies anymore. If they come out again, I'm just going to get one of every color and just have it. I did buy, there was a 70 pack of ABs, the new AB colors, and I did buy that. And they are by DMC. So there's a DMC yellow in here that I have the DMC AB for. I might put some in it. And let me see. Some of the new art coming out looks really interesting and uniquely yours. Oh, and the new thing, if you go down in the description box, I now have Linktree linked to it, and which is awesome, guys. But Linktree is in there, and it has all of my links. It has all my social deets, my email, everything. I still got to make a post office box, but my PayPal, my Ko-Fi, um, my Uniquely Yours, my GBFKE, everything's down there. Just pull it up and it'll pop it all up. My Instagram, my YouTube face group, or my Facebook page group for the group or for the channel. Everything's on there. So that's kind of cool. I was like, when I figured out that Facebook didn't, I mean, not Facebook, but YouTube didn't flow on over into here in the description, it was like, oh, 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 oh. So I will be putting my Linktree address in the description of all. I guess you got to put a new description with everything. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. My poor little brain is not tech savvy. I'm learning. I'm I'm getting there, but I'm learning. They didn't have all this. In fact, even in nursing, they didn't bring it out until about 6 years ago. And when I worked in cath lab, we didn't deal with it. Because as a nurse in cath lab, you did what you did and just yelled it out pretty good. You know, I learned how to project my voice, and someone at the monitor wrote down everything you said. Because the way they chart in there is the crew working on the patient just talks really loud, and someone sits at the computer and types everything they say. So, you know, if you say, I'm giving such and such, they type down how much you gave and what. You know, if the doctor says he's doing such and such, they type down what he says. So when I actually went to bedside and actually had to actually chart, it was a rude awakening. And I remember someone actually saying, well, we gave you all these extra patients because you have experience. And I said, hey, I have experience with the people. I don't have experience with this stupid computer. Because when I worked in ICU, it was all paper charting. You just wrote down what you did all night. And when I worked on the floor before that, you wrote down what you did all night. And just as I left and went to the cath lab was when they were decided everything was going to go on a computer, which when the computers go down is a holy nightmare because they don't know how to operate without a computer. So I'm telling people right now, if you're in a grocery store and the computer goes down, they're going to throw you out of the store. You can't buy your food. Bank, you ain't got no money. If the computer goes down, you're out of luck. If you're in a hospital, they can't do nothing without a computer. It's crazy. People are so computer dependent that they can't do anything without one. And it's going to be bad because our kids are the same way. They're not being taught cursive writing, so we're going to have our own language in a few years, as older generation, because the younger generation ain't going to have a clue on how to interpret it because they're not being taught it. Not being taught to read it. They're not being taught to write it. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but they're being taught all that long quarter math. Well, they can't think on the fly. And if you give them something that needs change, unless it tells them how much change to get, they're lost. They are lost. They are poor little lost puppies. And it's so sad. But they really are. And the clock, oh my God, unless it's digital and it tells them exactly what it says, they're like, oh no. All I ever hear is, oh no. So I try to teach them some of that stuff when they're out here, just because I really think they need to know it. You never know, you know, the world today, you never know what's going to happen. You might need to know how to make change. I try to teach them, a little bit of time concept, a little bit of math, instead of it being handed to them or on a computer. Because they're like, oh, let me go get the computer. I'm like, no, you got one in your head. They haven't figured that out, that they got a computer in their head. Just use it. That's the wonderful thing about your brain. It's a little computer. So who all's in here? Say hi so I know who you are. So I know a couple are in here. If it's your first time coming through, hi. I hope you want to come back again. If you do, hit subscribe on your way out. Definitely hit like on your way out. If you are subscribed, just hit like on your way out. Um, the weather next week, in the next 3 or 4 days, it is going to rain every day, but we did not get the bad storms they predicted. It just kind of rained, but it didn't storm. I didn't hear no thunder, no lightning. I just heard the nice little pitter patter of the rain on the roof, which I woke up 2 or 3 times, but it was like, oh, that sounds so nice. I don't want to get up. And I would just lay there and listen to the rain and go back to sleep. And I've done that 2 or 3 times this morning. And then I went, oh, I got to go live. And so I told Alexa to get me up at a certain time. But it was like, sounds so nice. Oh, hi there, Chris. I hope your weather's good there. I loved your little, what was that, Winnie the Pooh with the honey? That was cute. That was cute. I have yet to find a bubble picture. And I've actually gone and looked for some, and I've yet to find any bubble pictures. I think they saved themselves all for you. All for you. Yeah, our sun's come out. The rain has gone away. In the spring, I'm going to take y'all walking up to the ridge because I really got to go up and check my fence line, make sure nothing fell on it. Oh, what do the stores call it? Full crystal. Okay. Because I have been looking all over. I go to all these places and I look for bubble pictures and I couldn't find them. That wouldn't explain why I couldn't find them. But I was like, wow, no, I've seen them because those are really cool. Those are really cool. And they're small enough that if you wanted just a little snack, you don't want to do something big because you're already doing something big and you just want a break, you could knock one of those out in a day or two and then go back to what you're doing. And that's usually what I do is, I'll use small ones and I can knock small ones out in a day or two. And then I'll go back to these giant, huge ones. I made some progress on my big one. Yeah, I actually got to where I'm getting to her nose, and I'll finish the bottom part of the planet, and then I'll just be on her face. When I start getting burned out on a larger one, I'll roll the one off my lap desk, and I can't move the big one off my drill table because it's so big, but I'll just move this one off and then do a small one. Otherwise, I would get burned out, and I don't want to burn out. And if you don't get that where you feel a completion every now and then, you will. I was surprised with hide and seek because I thought I was going to have to roll her up because she was so big, but I actually was able to do her in like a week. What confetti there was lime confetti. So it was actually pretty fast. But these J walls, there's nothing fast about J wall. Nothing fast about J wall. J wall or Chuck Pinson. Either one of those. There's nothing fast. Christopher, how long have you been on Facebook doing, not Facebook, but YouTube doing YouTube? Because I just started seeing you pop up in Gracie's every now and then, but when did you start? Just trying to figure out how long it's going to take me to grow. Since I seem to be growing the organic way. Every once in a while, a couple days, and poof, someone pops in. Oh, 2019. Yeah, so you've been on for a few years. I was here because I watched all the time, but I worked and lurked. With all the paintings I had, if I'd started when I first started getting paintings, oh, I'd had it made because I got 300 or something paintings back there. I don't have to buy anything. I can just go shopping in my room. My dad made me I had a big curtain rod. It was huge and it was heavy. So heavy it kept falling off the wall. And he just kind of made, two ends that stood up and then kind of V'd off. Well, actually, he put a hole in it. and I just ran that curtain rod through the holes, and he made the thing at the bottom where it would stand up. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I mean, I used to do Facebook Lives when I sold Color Street, but he made that thing, and I just ran that through there, and it's about 6 feet long. And I have got pant holders. You sure did, didn't you? That's cool. But I got pant holders or skirt holders, whatever you want to call them, that have six each. And I got about 10 of them at least. And they each got six paintings on them, and they go all the way across that thing. And then I got 3 or 4 baskets stuffed full. And then I have one of those metal shelves like you see in a warehouse that's full. So I got quite a few. But I'm serious, the last couple drops on DAC, they haven't been that great. They got a new one coming out on Dreamer Design. Did you see that? The girl with blue hair? Now that one looks pretty cool. Looks like a Curtis. And I usually like Curtis. I just didn't like Rapunzel. She looked funky because she was purple. Your hair can be purple, but your skin's not. It's like, yeah. And I don't really like the cartoony ones. I mean, I like some JBJ or JBG. I like those. The ones with like the dragons and the pets and stuff. But I'm not into some of the others. Ah, so it just sort of happens. I've noticed I've gotten some that I don't know where they came from, but I'm glad they're here. Yeah, I've started. Jeremy told me to start going to everybody's lives. So I go to everybody's lives. So I remember seeing you one time and you was like, had about 400. Then next time I saw you, you had like 1,000. I was like, whoa, what happened? I think I finally hit 61 the other day. Yeah, I like that new one. I like that blue hair girl. She's pretty. I like that one. I've got Rainbow Bright. I liked Rainbow Bright. And I liked Hazel. Did not like Rapunzel. She was just weird purple. Weird purple. But I get off on I like the goth fantasy, dragons, witchy kind of look. I got like one that's cats called Hubble Bubble. And it's all these cats kind of with bubbles floating around them and bottles and kind of cool. Then I got one that's a cat with a crystal ball, but they're huge. They are absolutely astronomically huge. Because anything you get that is a heaven and earth is massive. But I know in the future I'm going to have Jenny get my drills because I paid a fortune for the drills I'm using on the one I'm doing now, and they are the most awful drills. They pop. They don't fit together. They're bad. And some of it I think is clicks, because like right now all that's going on in the community, which is crazy, crazy, crazy. I mean, it's like don't fight about it. It'd be like Wonder Bread and Sunbeam fighting. And I think part of it's just staying with it. I don't know if I'm right or not, but I think part of it's just staying with it. And the ones that have stayed with it have more subscribers than the ones who haven't. You I really think, and I think lives because people like lives. So if you don't go live, chances are you don't get as many because people seem to like lives. I like lives because I can answer questions directly. So I like lives for that. Evidently, people aren't going to pop in today's live, but I know Ruby Q turned around and popped one up at the same time. So I am not going to beat Ruby. Did you catch that joke yesterday that guy told? I think he thought I was going to get all upset about it, but I thought it was kind of funny. About what's strap on backwards? Did you catch that one? Or did you know it? I didn't know it, but I thought it was funny. I thought that was hilarious. Strap on backwards is no parts. I was like, wow, that's pretty good. It's right up there with murder and red rum. Which I wonder how long they had to think of that to come up with it. Yeah, I figured he was a troll and I figured he was wanting me to get upset, but when I told him that was really funny, he disappeared. I was like, yeah, yep. But it was pretty good. I told my friend and he thought it was pretty funny. He thought it was right up there funny. It was like, yeah, that was good. When I told him I thought it was good, he was gone. That's right up there, like when my girlfriend asked that scammer when's the last time she had sex. Let me tell you, that chick disappeared so quick, it wasn't funny. And the funny part was she hung up on my girlfriend, and my girlfriend called her back and said, I wasn't done talking to you. And whoever answered the line that time said, well, she's done talking to you. So I was just like, I was like, that's how you do it. Ask that question and they gone. Yeah. People probably just off doing their things today. Because usually she has more than that. But yeah, that was so funny because we had a downtime at work, and she kept getting those phone calls about what's your, give me your social security number. She kept that woman on the phone for 30 minutes. 30 minutes until she asked that question, and then that woman just hung up and she called her back. I mean, it was funny. So if you ever want to get one of them scammers off the phone real quick, just ask them the last time they had sex. They are gone in like 2 seconds. I found it funny. I had Robo Killer for a while, and Robo Killer has those funny little skits. Well, one of them sat there and talked to that skit for 15 minutes before they figured out it was a recorded message. And it was playing like it was a deaf guy or a hard of hearing guy. And they kept telling him to speak up, speak up, speak up, speak up. And that person kept getting louder and louder and louder. It was like, Lord. They finally hung up on the old man. They kept saying, I can't hear you. You're going to have to get louder. You're going to have to enunciate your vowels. I mean, it was so crazy. Funny. I called the doctor one time and got robo killer. And so I called him back and I got robo killed. And then he finally called me back, but I kept getting robo killed. It was some crazy woman saying that, he was off doing something in the bathroom and crazy stuff. I was just like, oh, Lord. I was like, I can't believe it. I just got robo killed by a doctor. Robo killed by a doctor. It's like, Lord Almighty. I couldn't believe how short that post review was. It was only like 4 minutes. I was like, God, I would have thought I'd talk longer than that. The next one on it, which is the framing of it, is going to be a lot longer. That the stapling is going to take longer. Because I'm going to do it as a little wraparound. Well, Christopher, I definitely appreciate you being in here. Because I know Angie's got stuff going on with her. And of course, all of our Australian friends are sleeping. They is doing the snooze. The snoozy snooze. I got to figure out how to make a trailer. I was trying to figure out that last night. I did figure out Linktree though. So I got all my links in. I got all my links in Linktree now. And it's much easier just to link Linktree than it's to turn type all them suckers in. Got my discount codes and my affiliates and my Ko-Fi and my PayPal and my Instagram. So that's much easier. Because I didn't realize you had to put all that each time. until Jeremy said something. And my brain is like a mush a musho. So it was like, oh yeah, no. Start throwing out all them dots and dot coms and yeah, just goes into shutdown mode. So Linktree was godsend. And it's free, just just in case you don't know. It is they got a free version to where you can link your Linktree for free. I mean, I can't make it pretty colors and stuff, but I can put my links in there. And I did do a coffee. I'm trying to figure out a Patreon, but I'm trying to figure out what to do for the different levels. Throw some stuff out there because I'm just not sure. I was thinking like the first level, get the name on the end of the trailer, and second level have like an early release. I'll release my uploads the day before, and then maybe the last one have an extra live just for them. But I'm not sure if that would be, good choices. That's anything anyone would be interested in. That the stairs? Yeah, that's the stairs. I'm working on the stairs right now. Then I gotta check over to my dad's and work on that. I'm waiting on my tax return to come back. And I guess Dog Dad's been busy because I haven't seen him on a whole lot lately. Whereas for a little bit there, you were seeing him on everything. And I'm going to try to figure out if I can get this, how I'm going to have to do to get this where you can really see, and then maybe do a step by step of how to do one. Get one of my really easy ones and do a step by step for kids or something. I mean, don't market for kids, but so parents can show their kids. Because that's what I did with my granddaughter. And she's actually working on a square now. She's 10, and she's working on a square, and her squares are awesome, actually. I was really worried, but it really looks good. I was quite impressed. I mean, I was quite impressed with her squares. They are butted right up to each other, no gapping, no popping. I mean, and it's not that it was a phenomenal kid. It was just a kid I got her off of AliExpress because, she's 10. And then she's got one of my specials, one of the few I had, and she's working on it. She's got two of them that are over in my drafting table drawer. And she'll just come up. And I think I'm going to give her the new pen that came in from, I'm going to give her that as her pen, that she's always taken off with my pens, and make that her pen. In some instances, I think that the creators that are bigger are kind of worried about creators coming up because instead of helping promote, they just kind of, now Gracie does. She'll pick a certain one, but a lot of them don't. And there's certain ones you don't dare even ask if they'll help promote you because they'll just block you and shut you down. I've definitely noticed little cliques. And in some cases, big cliques. Oh, my allergies are going to go nuts. And I usually go on Saturday night to Nix's channel because she's on all night long. She runs a 9-hour live. Yeah, I've never been one of them clicky people. I don't go somewhere just because it's a click. I either like it or I don't. Yeah, it's a 9-hour live every Saturday or every Saturday night. It starts at 11 o'clock at night and goes till sometimes the next morning, 7 o'clock. People come back in there and go, wow, you're still here. And you get to watch her trays being made and watch what she's working on, check out her ferrets. And she's a pretty cool lady. I mean, and she only sleeps like once every 3 days. She'll sleep like an hour here, an hour there. And she just keeps buying. I mean, when she has a lot of, orders, instead of just dropping, so many for a short amount, for a short amount of time, she'll actually buy a new printer and just run more printers. I think she's up to like 8 now, 8 or 9 3D printers that she's running to keep up with the orders. So you don't have that feeding frenzy thing going on. And she'll pull out, like if you ask her to see a certain kind or a certain color. Yeah, Dog Dad turned me on to her trays. Her trays are really nice. And if you have a problem with them, she'll really do you right to fix it. And she sends you some washi tape and some candy, and other assorted things. Have you noticed? I don't know if it's the same out there where you're at, but our insurance on our cars just went up $30. I mean, like it wasn't high enough because it was like 210 a month. Now it's like 240, and I hadn't even been driving. It's like, really? I mean, it's not like I went and had a wreck or anything. What's the deal? I mean, every couple months it just keeps going up. Using quite cold and it gets stringy after a while. But it was just like, my Lord. I mean, I can understand it going up if I'd gotten a ticket or anything, but just out of the blue. And this is like crazy. And I mean, I really haven't driven since October. Hi, Pommy. Hi. Nice to see you. It's just, I guess they figured everything else is going sky high, so they need to too. I know my son said that a package of meat that was like $15, $13 a couple of weeks ago was now 43. And I said, well, I guess I'm going to become a vegetarian because I'm not paying that. Like, not paying that. I just go to eating beans and, you know, tuna. That's just cray cray. 40 something pounds for, or 40 something dollars for one package of meat. And that's like the place that did a hog for 200 last time is wanting 400 this time. So it's just a little nutty. A little bit nutty. Yeah, I figured I'd call Thursdays Thursday Roundup. Got them all? Yeah, I got them all. How you doing, Pommy? Tommy, you're making funny noises. Yeah, don't give me that look. He gives me a look of like, what do you mean I'm making funny noises? I'm not making noises. Ah, breakfast time. Yay. My breakfast was coffee. I know that's not a great breakfast. But at least it was something. Yum. But I actually like protein shakes. As expensive as food's getting, we all might be on protein shakes. And actually, I have some, oh, what is it? Tropical fruit collagen that I'm gonna probably start taking again. I took it for a long time, and then I put it away, and I might actually start taking a glass of that a day again, just for my skin, because it really does work. I used to have one called chocolate cake flavor. I used to put it in my coffee, and it was really good. But of course, it was fairly expensive, which everything is. So it's a good thing I have stash of it. Got my own little personal stash. Hmm, wild berry sounds good. I wouldn't mind wild berry. That sounds very good. And Palmy, I did build a link tree and put it down in description, and it has like my Facebook group and my Instagram and all those good things in it. I just don't have an address yet because our post office out here in Timbuktu closes at like 11 o'clock. Well, I didn't even get out of bed till 11:30, so if I can ever get out of bed before 11:30 to make it there, I'll get there and make one. I'm a little leery about putting my regular address on there. I don't want no crazy people showing up at my door. You know, you have them show up in your email or your chat, but I don't want them to show up at my door. You get trolls in here. I get trolls on my um, text. Have you noticed trolls showing up in your text lately? I've been getting trolls in my text. I mean, it was like, good Lord, people. And Ruby Q, every time she gets off on her wild tangents, she gets porn sites dumped in hers. Yeah, after I get off of here, I'm going to run over to my dad's for a little bit and then come back and probably catch a couple people's lives while I fill out that paperwork. And then tomorrow I'll run into town and drop it all off. Because I have found out trying to call in people don't work. You just keep getting this thing of, if you know your party's extension and I don't, so I never, and I leave a message and I never get a call back. Never get a call back, which is crazy because you think they would return their calls. Have either of you started working on Houdini? And I found out I actually have a picture on my wall. Then unless either Deutschland or Jenny picks it up, you won't be able to see no more. And that's the titanium or Uberon and titania because she is done and framed and on my wall. Ooh. Oh, you need to show us in that in chat tonight. Yeah, I wasn't able to get it either. I was one box away from winning it. The eyes on it are what's so amazing. Those eyes are just mesmerizing. Yeah, I've learned how to budget real well last 6 months. I used to be where I could buy whatever I wanted whenever I wanted to where now. I think in the last 6 months I've only bought groceries once or twice. Which is absolutely nuts. Found number 6. I'm so close to being out of these. But I only have a few more that I need on this side. I don't think I'm going to put any more on the other side. You just do it that way. Just do it that way. So are you feeling pretty good, Chris? I know you had an issue a while back. Are you feeling better? I'm actually doing much better, at least mentally. Ah, 1 o'clock. It was so cute the other day at the birthday party. All of the grandkids, the minute they saw me, were like, "We found you on YouTube. We watched your video." I was just like, "Oh, how sweet." It was like so sweet. Thank you. Except for the one was like, I was trying to talk to you. You wouldn't talk back. And that was when they explained to him I was on a video. But I thought that was pretty cool. Because he was only 3. No, 4. He's 4 now. And found my video, which is quite impressive. If ever I have any kind of electronic problems, I just hand it to the little kid. They can fix it right up. Of course, they can't explain to you what they did, but they can do it really quick. Like my granddaughter can make beautiful videos, and you ask her how she did it, and well, I don't know. Well, show me what buttons you hit. Well, I don't know. But she can make some videos that'll make tears come to your eyes. I got one of my grandson. He was sitting there just singing, acting like he had a little microphone, and then he realized I was videoing him, and it was so cute. He was just like, "Oh, oh my God, I've been seen." It was so cute. It's amazing what they can do. And guys, I don't know if you buy Girl Scout cookies or not, but they've got a shortage on Girl Scout cookies. There's certain kind that they didn't even get in. And there's one that they limited how much each girl could sell of it. I was just like, hey, that's a first. Those look like they're different colors, but they're not. And I noticed that Stacy posted that she was having problems with them clumping. I think I have clumping with one of my colors, and that's it. But that's the color I usually have the most issue with, so I just didn't even pay attention to it. I don't care what company I use. It's one of the colors I have issues with. That's like dark black or and as far as issues go, I have least color problems with this company. So, I'm just like, yay. Because even with DAC, I'll have popping and I'll have spacing. And then, of course, I bought some customs off of alley. And the worst one was the Ghost Rider one. Oh my God. It popped so bad that I had to seal as I went. Otherwise, I'd look back and they'd all be up. And that was the most awful painting to do for me because it was nothing but black, yellow, and orange. And I mean, that was it. Black, yellow, and orange. And I'm a color person. I love colors. So black, yellow, and orange like to kill me. I was so happy when that one was done. That one and his Knight Rider. A black car with the red dot on the front against a gray warehouse. I mean, turned out really nice. But yeah, that's it. It was yikes. Things you do because, for someone. And I made the Enterprise for my son. So you have all that black space and then a spaceship. And what was really cool is I was binge watching The Next Generation and didn't even realize it, but it was that Enterprise that I was doing until I looked up and went, and looked down, looked up, went, same one. Because I just did a search for Enterprise and found one that looked decent and bought it. And then like I think it's me. I've gotten a couple from there. And those actually had pretty good drills. No, those weren't bad. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. I gotta go back to this one because I just found a bunch more of those I missed. A whole lot more of those I missed. Like whole sections. Whole sections. I'm doing the staircase right now. As she walks up. Man, I had the weirdest dream. The weirdest dream. I dreamed. I don't know where it came from. That was in this apartment. And we were shown that where all these Fallout gear was. Mucklucks and masks and jackets. And I had just gone through it. And then I went in this other area and someone set off a nuclear bomb in the area, but we lived through it. But I was running around trying to get all the kids dressed in the nuclear fallout gear. You're talking about a weird, crazy dream. I have no idea where that came from. I'm trying to get all these little kids in this big old leather jackets and crazy gear, and it was giving me flashbacks of training. when I used to have to train for that stuff. I woke up going, what in the heck? I hadn't dreamed about that stuff in years. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where that one came from because I mean, I can remember having to train for that when I was in the Air Force. We had to be able to get the suit on and so fast. And maybe it's because of all the stuff going on in Ukraine. I don't know. I did watch the news last night. I very seldom do because there's nothing ever good on the news. But I did happen to watch the news. And then, of course, when I was in the service, it was all the Cold War. And so it was like always, training to get your gas mask on quick, getting on your hazmat suit. I just hadn't had a dream about it in forever. And, being from that era, I mean, a lot of y'all aren't, but I was. I'm smart enough that I don't want to be around after it happens because it ain't going to be no walk in the park. It's going to make Walking Dead look pleasant, so it's like, yeah, no. Where I live at, there's a nuclear plant, and I'm just inside to where I would have to evacuate or else be toast. And I'm like, that's fine with me. Because as a ex-nurse, I know what you got to look forward to. And as ex-military, I really know what you got to look forward to because they trained us in it. So it was like, yeah, nothing good. Nothing good. I'd be like, give me my diamond paint. I'm just going to go in the corner and diamond paint. Diamond painting makes everything better. Did y'all see where Derek is taking his diamond paintings to a craft fair? I keep getting told to take mine to a craft fair, but never really thought you could. And I guess if you really like the picture, but you're not the kind of person that would want to sit and do it, I guess you would be interested in it. That would be one of those, yeah, I want that, but I don't want to do it. So, yeah, I'll take that one. And I could see some of these being classed as works of art. A couple of those. Couple of those. Yeah, I've been seeing some doomsday prepper girl pop up on my YouTube somehow. I don't know where she came from, but I've been noticing her. I couldn't handle the food that the doomsday preppers do. That's kind of like Nutrisystem. And if you've ever done Nutrisystem, the thought of doing it voluntarily is like not on your high up list. It's like no. Okay, any X's over there? No. But there is one more D. There's D. Okay, there's D. There's a D up at the top. There we go. No X's. Any fours. Yeah, some fours. Not many. Oh, excuse me. I think it's just me and you, Chris. Are you working on anything today, Chris, or just hanging out and listening and doing work? Some bees. Bees. Is the picture clear? Hi. Say, hi, y'all. I know what I did for a paper when I was in college. I proved that you could write a paper in nothing but Southern slang. I took the G's off of everything that had ing, and you all was y'all, and what you doing, and hey there. I mean, I did. I wrote a whole paper in Southern slang. Actually, I got a halfway decent grade on it just because I proved it could be done. Proved it could be done. That's okay. No problem, Pommy. I understand. Yesterday's live was hilarious because I couldn't get mine. Christopher finally told me no touchy. When I finally got it to where it was working, he was like, no touchy, no touchy. So I didn't even try that little number today because I was like, I don't feel like trying that. And I thought about seeing if my Canon. That was so funny because I don't even know what I finally hit in the end that made it work, but it was driving me nuts because I was like, y'all were seeing my ceiling. You were seeing, oh, it was bad. I had horrible feedback for a little bit, but at least it was clear because I'm a Jeremy, I'm on this old country internet, and country internet sucks. Country internet is no joke. It bites a big one. One more G right there. My G's and my Q's kind of look the same. Oh, I might have 2 4s. There. Yeah, we had two new people. One was a troll. Well, we actually had 2 trolls. One that I kicked out, and one that I let be. And then the guy from Hawaii. I guess the one troll didn't want to stay because I actually told him he could stay. No, evidently reverse psychology. Go ahead and stay. No, I don't want to be here now. One of those things, if you told me to be here, so I don't want to be here. Kind of like a kid. You tell a kid, yeah, you can do that, then they don't want to do that. They only want to do it when it's not supposed to be done. Penalties. No. Those, yes. Oh. I kind of felt bad for the poor nurse when Rose said she chewed out the nurse and she cried. I was thinking that poor woman because she didn't have anything to do with it. Those poor nurses get stuck in the middle. You know, by law, you're not supposed to say anything, but they do anyway, just because, you know, they kind of get backed in a corner. But if the hospital goes after them for saying anything, it's a $10,000 fine. It's insane. I hated when they made that HIPAA law. Basically, it's just to keep the people in the dark law. Yeah, I feel for him because the nurse has nothing to do with it. It's the doctor that, is the one that's making the decisions. The nurse are just following orders. You know, I felt so bad for her because, and then a lot of times their laws are like ours over here. They got that HIPAA law where you're not supposed to say anything except for stable, critical, whatever. But then they always take it out on the nurse, not the doctor. The doctor's the one that has all the control. I got to where I just started walking up and handing the phone to the doctor if they were around. I was like, I'm not going to take the heat. You caused it, you fix it. I mean, it was like, I had this post on my, and I would have shared it in a New York Minute if it'd been shareable, but it wasn't. But it was showing, how much time it takes to do things. You're supposed to go in and see everybody every hour. If you got 6 patients, that's 10 minutes an hour. But if you get a new patient, that takes about 45 minutes. So how was you in the other 5 rooms, during that time? I mean, it really shows the truth of it. It was like, yep. But whoever posted it made it where you could read it, but you couldn't share it. Because if I could have shared it, I would have. Because they don't want, administration doesn't want that out there. I mean, I left whenever it got to where you were taking 7, 8 patients because you just physically, if you're supposed to go see everybody, you cannot do that every hour on 8 patients. You just about can't. Hi, Tijuana Mama. Oh, I'm glad you're getting better. Oh, migraines, yeah. And I think that's weather. Mother Nature has just been totally insane lately. Mother Nature has been doing a number on all of us. And I know it's not just you, it's around the world, everyone's having migraines. So I'm wondering if it's the volcanic dust that's probably floating around from them volcanoes, because it's rotating around the world. So I was kind of wondering if that might have something to do with it, because I know I've had them. A friend of mine had headaches. My daughter's been having headaches. Everyone over there's been having headaches everywhere, more than normal. Oh, yeah. And unfortunately, on healthcare, I see it getting worse because nurses are leaving in droves and doctors don't know how to take care of patients. I mean, it's just the PTSD for a nurse right now is real. It's just crazy. And some of them are leaving just because they decided their mental health is more important. You know, whenever you're sitting there crying all the time at work, it's not the place to be. And you're not crying because something's sad. It's just you're that stressed. And I know I had never, ever in my 30 years said, I cannot do this. And the last couple of weeks I was there, I was like, this is not possible, guys. I cannot do this. And you would get so stressed out because you knew that you could not give good care. And when I was told that I could not ever go back to work, I was like, well, evidently that's the powers that be saving my sanity. That's what I came up with because, yeah, my sanity was starting to not do well. Okay. Be driving careful, Pommy. So yeah, the people who are in there, you got to be nice to because they're bailing. They're bailing hand over fist, and then there'll be no one to take care of anyone. I mean, I literally saw the new nurses coming out. They'd be in the break room, in fetal position, crying. And I've been there long enough. I'm just going to speak my mind. I'd go call the manager and say, look, you need to come do something because your baby nurses who you put in charge is over here crying in the break room. You're either going to lose her or you're going to break her. You need to get up here and do something. They only put me in charge one time, and if we weren't where we could accept the patient yet, I would just tell them, you need to give us 30 minutes. We cannot accept the patient right now. And they didn't like that. But if everyone's in with a new patient and you're wanting to bring us a semi-critical patient, no, no, until I have someone free who can actually lay eyes on that patient, no. And you only have 4 people. Sometimes it was only 3 people, and you're wanting to dump tons of patients on them. It's like, or farm them all over the hospital when they get their stuff caught up, and then you want to go farm them out to go catch someone else up. I was just like, no, I didn't work for an hour and a half to get caught up to go catch someone else up because they don't work. I tried telling the new ones, you sit there and you kill yourself to get caught up just to go work somewhere else to catch them up. I said, you're doing yourself a disservice because they'll do that to you every time now. And I was like, I'm not telling you that to be mean or hateful. I'm just telling you that's the way it is. There are some people who don't do their work so that you can come do it for them. It's one thing to go help somebody, but it's another to go do their work because they aren't doing it. It's so cool watching the staircase come alive. Come alive. Any X's? Nope. Any of those little things? Nope. Any H's? Yes. I thought about playing with clay until I heard how much it costs to get into clay. I was just like, oh my God, nope, I don't have that kind of money right now. Someone was saying it was like $300 to buy the stuff to start working with clay. And I was like, yeah, no, I'll just play with my little beads. My little beads. I have made beautiful pictures with my little beads. And that is fine with me. It's just I like to hang a lot of mine and rotate them out. So then I got to come up with ways to frame them. The framing thing's kind of fun. The framing thing is kind of fun. Sometimes. Sometimes not. Okay. I'm finding the ones I missed. And I missed one of these right here. I hate when I miss them. I missed two of these. Little Christmas trees. That's what I call that symbol. These little Christmas trees. And of course I got one more of these. I don't know how I missed that one. Now I can't find it again, and I know I just saw it. There it is. It was like, I know I just saw that thing. There we go. Okay, that's that whole side. And we'll come over here. I have one S. One little S. Okay, got the S. All right. Now, I have a lot of these. That's the hourglass, which is 3834. I found another one of those.
You ever notice that? I mean, what is it? How do we miss those symbols? It never fails. You get done with the symbol, and then you start the next one, and you look up, and then you see a number of the other one. It's like, for real? How did I not see that? And I've actually gone back and gotten that color, and then can't find the symbol again. It's like, how am I doing this? It's like it just disappears. I hope my taxes don't take like they did last year. It took 6 months for them to come in. But you know for sure, man, if you waited 6 months to pay them, you'd hear about it. Hey, I got all the hourglasses done. The only thing I hate about these lockables is you get that little piece stuck in the lock and you got to knock it out just to get it out because it doesn't want to come out. And there's that one I missed. And then I got E's and T's. So I guess I'll do E's. I went through and filled up all my lockables last night. I think I got 2 colors that are still having bays. And that's it. Everything else is done. Hey guys, when I get done with this spot, I will unroll this and show you how far I've gotten. And I'm actually able to at least 3 and 4 place a bunch of these areas right here because it's the staircase. And putting 3 down is better than just putting 1. 3, 2, 2, 3. Two. A lot of 2s. Everything's 2. There's a 3. What's the weather like over there, Pommy? Well, I guess you're driving, so you can't answer, so never mind. How about where you are, Chris? What's your weather like? You getting halfway decent weather? I'm really starting to think we're maybe in spring because it's sure acting like spring. Next week is all rain and storms. And when we get storms, it's not good. Last year when we got storms, they started here and ended up in Kentucky as nightmares. They start here as maybes and end somewhere else as, oh my gosh. Oh. In Tijuana, Mama, if you're still here, raining, sunny, and then cold. Yeah. I hope your headaches get better. Maybe as your weather will improve, your headaches will improve. As you might be like me, and mine are based on weather. If you can catch them when they first start, if you take a couple of aspirins and a couple of Tylenol and drink a Mountain Dew or some coffee, sometimes that'll knock them out, but you got to get them early. If I can get that in me while I'm still having the aura, I can usually knock mine out. Because basically that's the same thing as Excedrin migraine, which they pretty much took off the market in a lot of places for some reason. Probably because it was working. Anything that works and doesn't cost a whole buttload of money, they take off the market if they can. That's why they hate herbs. They actually hate herbs because they can't regulate the price on them. And so they just despise them. And a lot of herbs do work for things. I actually took a class on herbology, and I actually need to pull out my books. Because I used to make ointments and teas and stuff like that. My mom used, because it stinks when you make some of that stuff. It really does. My mom used to call it the voodoo stuff. Black tea would work. It's just the caffeine. You need the caffeine kick. It's just that caffeine kick you need. I know that sounds crazy, but it really is. It's just the caffeine kick you need. Here it's still overcast and cloudy, so it's kind of dreary looking, but the rain has stopped. So the rain is gone, but it's still, yeah, they do really well. I mean, you got to learn a little about them to know what you're really doing with them. But they work really well. But the pharmaceutical companies hate them, because they can't charge for them and regulate them. And so they try to make them bad news over here.
Like I was just reading a thing where it was olive oil, um, olive Ada, which I don't know where I'd get that, probably online, and bay leaves, and crunch it all up and let it sit for, a few days, and then use it on your legs, and it helps with joint pain and varicose veins. I worked with a Chinese doctor that would, tell you to do acupressure and stuff. And my doctor, that's why I liked him so much. I hate that I have to give him up. Would always say just whatever works for you. And he was like, if it works for you, then that's fine. Which is, nice to have a doctor like that. But now that I'm going VA, I have to give up my doctor. And I've followed that poor man all over the world. Well, not the world, but at least 3 towns. Because he's the only one I had that when that all happened with me, he actually called me on my phone and said that he had gotten paperwork about what had occurred with me and he wanted to see me. So it was like, not very many doctors do that. I got him when he was pretty much a brand new baby dog. Almost there, guys. Almost. Yeah, I had one I made, and I would have a little bit of lard in it. Would use lard, beeswax, arnica. Oh, what all did I have in that thing? Arnica and a couple other herbs, and you would cook it forever. It stunk to high heaven, but you could put that when you sit there and strained it, and it was green, real funky green. And like at the, I think, where is it? Dog Patch, Silver Dollar. They had a place that was selling the same stuff in a little itty bitty tin for like $10. And so I made a bunch of it, and you could put it on bruises and it would make your bruises go away. You could put it on sore joints and it would help them. Because I literally went through and built it of like for properties of what different herbs did. And put it together and put it in a salve and put it in a nice little jar. And I think I sold a big old jar of it for like $20, whereas they were selling this little bitty tin for like 15. But I was smart. I went to my mom's house to cook it up because that stuff was awful smelling. My uncle come in and was like, God, what is that? My mom was like, I don't know. She's over there cooking up some voodoo stuff. I was cracking up. I was like, it's not voodoo stuff. I don't do voodoo.
Now, I do think you can get energy from nature. That's why I like to go hike up to the top of my land because it's relaxing and you feel rejuvenated and get some stuff accomplished while I'm doing it, checking the fences. Even though I can't fix them now, but I can have my son come up and pull the trees off of them. I did look at the satellite picture, and there is a couple trees down somewhere, because you can actually see them on the satellite photo. The only time they go up there is when they hunt. And they ain't looking at, trees and fences. So, but I'm trying to wait till the weather's a little better. Might wait until next week or next month when I have the kids and just make them all go with me up there. And that way to wear them out. But it's a pretty good hike. It's a 3-acre hike. So it would do the trick. Wear them out, bring them home, feed them dinner, put them in front of the TV or the video game, and then they're out. They are out for the count. Almost there, guys. Then I'm going to unroll it and show you the picture. Oh, I put teas in there, and I don't need teas there. I need R's in there, and I need teas. Let's pull those out. Because, yeah, they don't go. I use my fingernail. That's where us girls are lucky, guys. When we got to pull one up, we can just use our nails. Okay. Pull that one up there. One back there, one back there. Yeah, because purple did not go there. In no way, shape, or form. Still got two. Okay, I'm down to my last two colors, guys. Oh, when they hear me go out the front door, they're really going to go nuts. Because evidently they've had enough of the backyard and they're wanting in. They're saying, we want in the house now. We don't like it out here no more. And I'm fixing to go across the road, so they got to stay out there. Okay, we're done with that one. We got two of this one. And this one. Got air everywhere. Yeah, with my clock, I never know what it's going to play. Okay. I'll turn off this light down here because you can see better without that light. Okay. Then I'm going to unroll. Hey guys, I'm going to try to flip you where you can see. That's how far I've gotten. Got the lady in the white dress popping up and the staircase. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to look this way. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to do this without looking. Okay, this way. And fortunately, I got a shadow. But that's it. Hope y'all like the picture. I'm going to hop off of here because it's 2 o'clock. I'm going to run across the road. Took off my reading glasses. I'll see y'all later in Rose's live. That was how far I've gotten in Melody. Quite a ways, actually. I got the staircase done, top of her done, most of the wisteria plant. So I will see y'all a little later. Y'all take care. Hit like on your way out. Hit subscribe. It's gorgeous. I love the colors in it. Hit subscribe on your way out. Hit like. Helps the algorithm, you know. I will see y'all later in some lives, and we'll keep working on these paintings. Bye.